Doctor. Doctor, could I be able to record?
Okay,
Doctor?
live from Senegal, West Africa. It's your host, Dr. Sherry Manjaro Taal, and joining me from Uganda today, Kampala, exactly, East Africa. Please welcome our special guest, Mr. Alex Kakule. Welcome. He's the president of Karifika, Uganda. Welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you, Dr.
And,
Taal.
and welcome
I'm happy,
to our viewers.
I'm happy to meet you.
Okay. All right, so we're going to record our interview today, and thanks for agreeing to, be our special guest today. So, yeah, on the Talisphere. Have you heard about the Talisphere yet?
Well, I was uh, thrilled to hear about you, and I did some little research about Talisphere. Yeah, now I know about it, some bit of it.
Yeah, and we'll discuss more about the Talisphere towards the end because I'm trying to join everyone on the African continent and the African diaspora, everyone around the world who is of African ancestry together, to work together and to, bring change together. So that's our goal here, to showcase our creativity, our products, yeah, our innovation and all of that. So let's dive right in, okay? Shall we?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about your background. You're currently studying for a degree in accounting and finance, is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. I'm studying, I'm a student at Victoria University. To repeat, to go back, my name is Alex Kakule. I'm age 28, a Ugandan by descent. And since you've already got my background as a student who's doing an accounting degree at Victoria University, Kampala, currently in my second year.
Okay, and
And
you've worked as a loan officer, but you've worked as a loan officer before, right? And
yes, yes.
okay, so what's your ideas for the African continent and for Africans as far as empowering entrepreneurs, African entrepreneurs and startups? How do we create an ecosystem that will allow innovation and business growth?
Well, thank you for that question. Uh, Being part of the young generation of Africa, I am enthusiastic about creating an environment where young people can engage in entrepreneurial activities to see a foreseeable future. And one of the ways to do that is continuous mobilization and sensitization of the young people on the African continent,
Okay.
uh, by also soliciting resources from different sources and different entities and partners
Mhm.
so that we can engage these young people to achieve a stake in the entrepreneurial environment in Africa.
Yeah, so you said two words there, mobilization and entrepreneurs. So I'm thinking a lot of entrepreneurs need to have businesses that are mobile. Would you agree?
Uh, mobile businesses.
Yeah, that it just clicked in my head that we should probably have more businesses if you're an entrepreneur that you can, go from place to place, not just have like a, brick and mortar type of company. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good idea, and we can always network with different market areas because the most challenge here on the African continent is discovering and penetrating through the market. And for young entrepreneurs, in order to have mobile businesses, they need to strategize onto that.
Yeah. So when you start a business, you need to have a business plan. You need to do some analysis. Are you in a position as president of Karifika Uganda to help startups and business owners, entrepreneurs to review those types of requirements?
Yes, Dr. Taal, as for the past 3 years, I've been engaged with a number of youths who are doing small businesses on the African continent, especially in Uganda and the urban areas here. And what we've been doing is trying to train them, reskill them in what they are doing. Because some people just start businesses without a clear goal, without a clear path, and the business plan serves that best. So I've been engaging with organizations, other organizations like the the Norwegian Refugee Council and the UNHCR, which have been able to pull up some efforts to train young entrepreneurs with business planning and other aspects into managing their businesses. So I have a clue about helping young entrepreneurs to develop their sustainable business plans.
Oh, wow. And so, wow, that's wonderful. So, how can our people thrive and how can we create a supportive environment? What's your uh, vision if someone's in Uganda or, you know, somewhere watching today? How can you offer that type of support to those individuals?
Number one, we can look at the mentorship programs. Yeah, that's one of the ways how we can help them, mentoring them, nurturing them from the grassroots, from the beginning, and also monitoring their progress. That's number two, I think. Mentoring, then monitor. Then we can also provide them with networking opportunities within the African continent markets. And also offering resources and guidance as pairing or to those aspiring entrepreneurs.
So are there initiatives already, available that provides training and mentorship
Yes,
that you
sure.
know? Okay.
Yes, sure, Dr. Tal. We've been doing that initially.
Wow. Okay. Just in Uganda or in other parts of Africa?
Well, that will be part of Karifika Uganda as for now, but we shall span around when we've got the efforts, enough efforts we need.
So what sectors do you see uh, opportunity for high growth potential?
Pardon?
What sectors do you see the opportunity for high growth potential?
Well, the sectors are, we can target mainly the private sector.
Mhm.
And under private sector, we are looking mainly at the small and medium enterprises, which have been the main engine of the economy, mainly in Uganda here, because young people and many people at large are engaged in SMEs. Mainly the research, that's what it is. And that's where we want to engage also and to develop.
Right. So from your research, what are some ways that our people, our African people on the continent and in the diaspora can leverage resources right now?
I think through partnerships,
Mhm.
if we can engage more and solicit more resources, mainly capital, And this could be through engaging stakeholders or people in the diaspora to invest back in Africa than spending more of their earnings in the abroad countries.
Right. Yeah. So we have to work together, trust each other. You know, this is what China did. Their diaspora, the Chinese diaspora, a few years ago, they would send their contributions and support back to China. And look at them now. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Uh, So it's doable, it's possible. Even though many of our countries, the nations on the African continent, the government, they're broke, they're in debt, they have no clue. I'm in Senegal right now. And in this country, their debt to GDP ratio is like 81%, right? So they just got a new president, and this president, President Phi, he has like 20 something a percentage, around 20 something percent of his, uh, you know, GDP to support the country. I mean, so guess what? The government might not be able to help their people right now, okay? They have to renegotiate some contracts. They're doing all these things. And at the end of the day, uh, they're more in debt than they were 10 years ago. Okay. And to get out of debt, you're going to have to borrow money and, probably have more debt, right? So we are sounding the alarm for our brothers and sisters on the continent to start a business, figure out how to sell, export, make an impact at the community level. So, what are some discussions that Carifica's had about this?
Well, specifically, we are looking at networking for soliciting market around Africa and the Caribbean nations.
Okay.
I told you at first, market is the engine of the business, I think so, regardless of capital or what, because there's a capacity to produce. There is enough manpower in Africa. Yeah, but then the market for the products, you know, just like you said, the debt to the GDP of Gambia, same
Oh,
applies to the,
yeah, Senegal.
I mean, Senegal. Same applies to the GDP of the debt to GDP of Uganda here. We are almost crossing the 50% mark, and
You're doing better. You're doing better than Senegal.
it's still better. But then we are crossing, and the pinch is felt by the local people already. It's being felt everywhere. And the government really is just saying, tighten your belts. And that's the promise they are telling us to always rely on, tighten the belts. Now, how do we tighten the belts? We are looking at more production of local products and promoting them. Yes, as Carifica, globally, we're trying to create that network of networking people from different countries and also promoting the products at large.
Right. So we have to get our shovel and dig. Okay. Come on, everybody. So what about technology? How do we leverage technology to, for our products and businesses?
Or technology is also an important aspect to drive businesses because, for instance, I would give you an example of the available technologies like the social media, which has been so important in promoting the products and also the businesses of young people all around Africa. So we intend to utilize the available technologies so that we can push harder and further. Those technologies are mainly for promotion and also for production. Through technology, we know we can manage to promote the best of our qualities here in Africa and also shed the light to those European countries or the American countries or the Asian countries.
Right.
Yeah, that is it. Mainly for promotion. And that's my vision is using the technologies into business for promoting the products and expanding the markets all around the world.
Okay. So what's happening with digital currency? I mean, we have meetings we could do, like we're doing today. What about digital currency, digital education, digital medical and healthcare? What
Well,
what's your thoughts about that?
well, about the digital currency, it's a very big and important uh, topic to discuss on the African continent at large, I think, because it's not yet sunk in the minds of the African people. But I believe when we solicit more information about it, then sensitize the population, they will be able to acquire more knowledge about it and also try to look at it as an opportunity to thrive more economically. So the main point there is uh, providing resources, more information about these digital currencies, and also uh, the health, the health aspect which you've talked about.
Right.
In more information.
Yeah, so with medical, a lot of the barriers right now because of AI, all about AI, it's going to make the cost maybe like 1 million times less than it is now for certain things. So like my fee, if I see somebody, for an hour, it's like $100, right? So now people could pay like maybe $2, right? And so it's like it's going to phase out a lot of things we're doing now in the medical industry, and it's going to make things cheaper. So that's what I see as far as technology happening. Um, and you're more into finance, so I didn't know if, yeah, you had any insider, ideas about how AI is gonna, yeah, affect us as far as
Well,
finance, the technology we're using.
well, well, thank you, Dr. Taal, about AI. I know AI is spanning in the European countries and American countries, also Asia, but still here on the African continent, just like I told you, more information is lacking. And though we have a vibrant young generation, they have not been exposed to these technologies at hand, which is the most dangerous thing in the next generation we are going to face. Yeah, I understand that. But then still, as we embrace those technologies, we have also to keep in mind the challenges that they bring on board. As
Mhm.
I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, there would be more challenges which could lead to other negative effects in our cultures, uh, in our way of life. Yeah, so Carfica at large has a task. Number one, to gather more information and publish it in this continent of Africa and the Caribbean nations. Yeah,
Right. So educating our people, that's key. It's very important. So people don't have fears. People, didn't get the memo. They're just left behind. We can't afford any of that to happen going forward. So innovation and technology will play a significant role in driving business growth on the continent. And I'm sure Carifica is prepared. The founder, Yuri Hutchinson, he's so awesome. He's, ready to promote our innovations and help us to adopt technology for the entrepreneurs that are reaching out to Carifica. So, and explain, that's the most important thing. Explain to folks, how can this benefit them? What are we doing? Because change, we're humans, we don't like change, but we have to, because we just talked about how things look, here in Senegal and in Uganda, and it's pretty much the same across the board. So, yeah, we must believe in ourselves, viewers. We must be persistent. We must never stop learning. We must surround ourselves with mentors and peers like Mr. Alex Kakule, president of Carifica Uganda, who can support your entrepreneur journey, or any of the 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 people working at Carifica. I'm sure they would be ready. They're on LinkedIn. Let me take a look. If you need help, don't hesitate to reach out today, okay? Let us, take a look at the LinkedIn site for Carifica. Let's see. All right, so this is Carifica Nigeria. And if you want to reach out to Carifica through LinkedIn, it says here, Carifica is a nonprofit global organization that was established to create a unified social and economic system for Africans and the Caribbean people to strengthen, preserve, and rebuild our wealth, education, health, culture, and spiritual development. And they'll have a wide range of resources for generations to come. So what Carifica is saying is they're committed to working on making sure our people have a brighter future, right? And for generations to come, right? Basically. And it's
Yeah,
it's 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 hard work. It's a lot of work. So
yes,
yeah. So if you're watching us today, viewers, and you want to, reach out to Mr. Alex Kankuli from Carifica in Uganda, you can email us at vitalizeafrica@gmail.com. Or if you just want to, you know, um, join the Carifica movement. Carifica is a nonprofit organization based in Canada. You can see their phone number here, or reach out to them through LinkedIn. So there's no reason not to get started right now, okay? And before we wrap up our podcast today, let me also share what I've been working on, okay? As far as developing products. I want to encourage our viewers. This is my product line that I'm getting ready to launch. Yeah, it's going to be coconut oil, hair growth oil, natural deodorant. So that's one. I'm also working on a new release, a movie. So if anyone's interested in creating movies, or, if they have a storyline, you can also, share your projects, and we can have experts take a look and work with you on your projects. So Monkey Business, this movie is based on my real life experiences when I was in the Gambia last year. And it's a comedy, and boy, is it going to be funny. Thank God, uh, yeah, I made it out of the Gambia, but it's a very nice place. But where I was staying was the monkey park. So that was quite interesting, and people are going to love this movie. It's the trailer. I should have it by the end of the month for you, and it should be premiering in theaters the end of May. All right, so that's my plan for that. If you're looking for a movie tonight, check out The African Bodyguard. It's on YouTube, on my other channel. So Juliet Ibrahim is in it. I was telling Mr. Dennis last week, she should have been in the leading role. So we're trying to remake that movie and hopefully do it in French. So we have some plans for that. And if you missed our interview last week with Mr. Dennis Chibangu, I'll leave the link in the comment box below. Please like, share this video. Please comment. I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I feel I have to, do my part to help to bring us together and share our ideas and our products as well, and our projects, right? So this is our special guest, lovely picture, Mr. Alex Kakule, President of Uganda. Thanks for joining us. And before we wrap it up today, do you have anything else you'd like to share with our viewers?
Thank you very much, Dr. Tal. Uh, a lot, a lot of it I have to share, but then because of time, I know we can't go beyond what we said. But then I would only commend and I would only advise the African people here on the African continent to always be united. That's the only challenge we have, getting people together and working together. If we can be able to work together, we can create a change or a positive impact on the African continent and also change the image of Africa out there. Thank you.
Okay, sorry for the background noise. I don't know why friends and family wait for us to start the podcast before they call. They never call the whole day. I'm sitting here. No one calls. Then we start the podcast and they are, yeah, joining us by phone and email. So yes, thank you so much, Mr. Alex Kakule, and thank you viewers for tuning in today. Stay tuned for more episodes where we will explore the endless possibilities of African entrepreneurship and leadership. And until next time, keep reaching for the stars, okay? And don't forget to stay happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise.